Morning, all. All right, so just the one game tonight in the National Hockey League, that being between Seattle and Dallas. This is the final game of round two. And after tonight, we will have four teams alive in the chase for the Stanley Cup. And depending on who you ask, either these playoffs have been very entertaining or they're the end of the world. So, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific start time between these two teams. Seattle, Jaden Schwartz, 5 goals, 5 assists. He has some experience in playoffs and has had some big goals in playoffs. We'll see if he has one tonight. Grubauer's 901 save percentage, I think, is actually a little bit low, comparatively speaking, with his level of play. I thought he played quite well in the last game. His save percentage wasn't great, but I thought he was excellent. We'll see how things go tonight. For Dallas, Joe Pavelski is the offense. 7 games, 8 goals, 2 assists, 10 points. All 8 of those goals in the 6 games in this series. So they may need a couple more goals from Joe Pavelski to move on to the next round. Jake Ottinger, 900 save percentage, needs to be better. Honestly, Ottinger has been very up and down in these playoffs. If he's going to steal a game in the playoffs, tonight would be a good night to get that done. So let me know who you think will be the winner in the comment section below. So it is media day in Toronto, so you know that there's going to be a lot of discussions and a lot of silly questions, like asking Tavares, would you like to be traded or would you accept a trade? What are they going to say? Yeah, get me out of here. This place sucks. No. Austin Matthews, though, something interesting. He says that he wants to stay and also that ideally he would like to have an extension done between himself and the Toronto Maple Leafs before next season, which makes a lot of sense. You have, some core guys whose contracts are up at the end of next year. Get them done before training camp so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to be stressed at all and move along. So we'll see what happens with Matthews and with the Leafs. It should be a fascinating offseason in Toronto. But if he wants to stick around, and all the core saying the right things, and I get it. Like, they believe that they're close. I have no reason to think that the team itself doesn't believe it's close. But the results would say they're not. So we'll see what happens. Speaking of teams that are close, the Carolina Hurricanes, good news for them. Teuvo Teravainen wearing a regular jersey at practice today. So no contact jersey for him. He is taking contact, which means he is close, may very well be cleared for the first game of that next series against Florida. And that could be a big deal because Carolina and Florida are both deep teams. And if Carolina's depth improves just as that series gets started, it does absolutely bode well for them. So Ottawa Senators ownership talk, of course, is right now pretty close to the number one thing I would think that's being discussed online about the NHL that's not related to the playoffs. And Nico Sparks' bid has sorry about my voice today. I don't know what's going on. But Nico Sparks' bid has now partnered with a First Nations group ahead of today's bidding deadline. Now, there's no word yet on how much of an ownership stake they would have in it, but bringing in more people, I think it could only help the bid and will probably increase the amount of money they can put into the bid. There have been billion-dollar plus speculations. Today's bid is binding. So before it was, okay, here's what our bid is. Okay, cool. All right. Today is you better have the money. So they've partnered, or he's partnered with First Nations group, and this is also the bid that is associated with Snoop Dogg. And so maybe we've got a chance of ending up seeing Snoop Dogg as an owner in the National Hockey League. I think that would be fun, honestly. I know there's some concern that because it'd be U.S.-based owners, that maybe it means the Senators wouldn't stay in Ottawa. I don't see any reason to believe that. And so, yeah, I think this could be good for the NHL. But this is one of, I was reading like there's 3 different bids that it looks like will get done before the deadline today. And again, these are binding bids, and this is the last step. And pretty quickly we will know who the new owner of the Ottawa Senators will be, or who the new owners of the Ottawa Senators will be. And then hopefully we'll have some clarity as to what's going to happen with the new building. Will they try to renovate the building that they have in Canada? What is the plan going to be? We will know soon enough. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.